Railroad Pass pluton. A lot of gravel pits out here. They just set off an explosion on that one up there and blew the dust that way. Yeah, that's quartz monzonite, same as Boulder City pluton. We'll be going over here, up through that pass right there, over by the blue quartz mine, up through there and around to the back side of all this. And we'll be looking for hydrothermal alteration types, Propylitic and Argillic. So let's get out over to there and start with the Propylitic, Propylite. Let's go. That's where we're headed, right there. That's all a hypabyssal propylite, propylitic alteration of andesite, a propylite, hypabyssal. And here's the big one. I think that's 4,000 feet there. Getting up out of the talus down here into the actual rocks. Boy, that's steep. How'd you like to climb that? Anyway, here's what this quartz monzonite looks like. Ooh, you could call this a porphyritic granite or quartz monzonite. The crystals are very large, or some of them. Kind of a plagioclase porphyry. Interesting. There's a unhematited quartz monzonite. We come along through some talus here, and look at all the hematite we got up here. I don't know if that alteration came from above or below, but boy, yeah, it comes right through to the whole talus. I think that's talus. Maybe that's the rock just fractured. Oh, it's just a coating. You can see the quartz monzonite under that hematite or magnetite, whatever it is. Pretty large crystals. Quartz monzonite. Let's go take a look. That's as far as I'm going to go. But look at this fault right here. You can see it's full of fault gouge or fault breccia. See the white there? Right there's a fault that's filled with gouge or brachiated gouge. See if it's all breccia. It's funny, it's not altered like the rocks on each side. And here's some actual sandy gouge, clays. Much finer. And then this crumpled stuff. Okay. Oh, we got as high as the power line pole. Not very high. Okay, yeah, this is our hypabyssal andesite intrusion. And we'll go over here and see why it's a andesite, and then why it's hypabyssal, subvolcanic. It's cooled within a mile of the surface. All that up through here. And, oh, there's a cave. Don't know. Why it's andesite, why it's porphyritic, why it's vitreous, it's because it's hypabyssal. Well, it's andesite because it's not this stuff. It's a diorite intrusion if it's andesite. But anyway, okay, so that's why it's hypabyssal. Then we're going to see why it's propylitic or propylite, because it's altered propylitically. Propylitically. So anyway, let's go back down here. Go right over. Oh, there's a mine. Let's go check that green, which is a sign of propylitic alteration. Let's go check that out. In the green there. And there's the blue quartz mine. Up there, and then up there's the old one with a door at one time. That's a hard climb there. Okay, let's get down there. Mine shaft. Here's tailings from the shaft up above, but here's what they're digging in. You can see a little of the andesite. Let's go over and get a nice piece and we'll see if it's andesite, or at least altered something. Let's see. Well, it's not as coarse-grained as the... It's an intrusive subvolcanic, though. It's not as big as crystals as across the street over there. Andesite. It's a pyrazine andesite, so the blacks must be pyrazines, because they're not really hornblendy. Hornblends are more rectangular needles, so the black is probably pyrazines that have been altered to green, and the alteration has made it a propylite. And propylite has chlorite, which is probably the green here. I don't really see any good greens. There's some green there, pinks. But the green here could be an epidote, or it could be chlorite. It's a iron and magnesium chlorite. There's no chlorine in chlorite, so it's just an aluminum silicate with iron and magnesium. Probably chlorites, chlorites, chlorites. I think they're ites. Okay, let's see what the hole is. There she blows. Let's not try to fall. I don't know. See any real alterations. This is all, altered by hydrothermal waters. And the outside here is just covered with desert varnish to a brown. Quartz monzonite, andesite, or you could call it a diorite because it's subabyssal. It's beneath the abyss, within a mile, not too far. Okay, let's go that way and try to get onto the backside of right over here and look again. Let's try to find a rock that comes from all the way on top and see if it's unaltered. And if it's an andesite, here's one that was, there's another. What do we got here? I think that's the, yeah, looks like red almandine garnets. Garnets in lava, who'd have thought? Usually see them in metamorphics. And they're red, so they're not chlorite. And there seems to be a lot of quartz in it, and it does look subabyssal, hypabyssal. Interesting. Andesite, I guess. Although that stuff, the quartz monzonite would be a quartz latite, not an andesite. You have to have a lot more mafic to be a andesite, I would think. Let's get around the corner. Going up the road, we're just a little ways past where we were around the corner. And I thought I'd check this out. Yeah, it looks green again here. Green. Well, looks like a goat came through here. Yeah, where the washes chipped it off, it's pretty green. Chlorite, the clay. Here's just a quartz vein. I think it's quartz. Go right up there. Look at the old cans. They were doing some mining out here, 1920s. It's at the top of a oil breather, an old flathead. Another can. I don't see the can dump. Check it right out there, maybe. This almost looked like a copper. It was so green. No, it's... See, that's all the way through in the ground mass is alterated to quartz, to chlorites. It's like a clay, kind of like a talc, only not as slippery as a talc. Make more cans. Here was a claim marker. Right there's where their prospect was. Here's some blue glass. I don't know how old that would have to be. It's pretty thick. Some nice blue glass. Oh, there's some copper. That's what they were after in here. See the Pyroclastic. Looks pretty shiny and bubbly. And there's probably pyrites behind it. Could be malachite. I don't know. But I'm going with chrysocolla. Oh, that's it. All that for that. I think that was their big vein there. Might have went down. The veins are going that way, downward. Some sort of hydrothermal intrusions there. Not intrusion, veins. A little bit of copper, quartz, or calcite. I can't tell. There's more blue. Okay. Quartz monzonite, so-called andesite. Altered, so you can't even date it. Who knows what rock this is? Okay, let's get up the road. This is all the same rock right along here till we get up to that hill there. The next stop will be up there. See what that's supposed to be, another andesite, and we'll see what an andesite really looks like. Let's go. Coming down here, it looks like they've kept some of their sample rocks down here by the road piled up, and this is very heavy. This is a barite. The outer white stuff I'm betting is barite because it has a density of 4.5, I'm saying. Yeah, so that's barite, the pinker, whiter. Then it's got a quartz vein or a calcite vein right through there. That's probably quartz calcite in barite. Barite's a sulfate and comes in with the hydrothermal waters. Oh, there's a lot of it. That's what it's from. That's a big piece. And here's all this. Same stuff. Okay. You know, I don't know if that's a barite. That doesn't feel that heavy. Could just be plagioclase. Feldspars. Be awfully big feldspars. Now that's probably barite. And then you got the vein of quartz with the iron in it. Yeah, those are big crystals to be a feldspar. Okay. Oh, somebody made a little parking lot here. Put a lot of work into that. Okay. Down there's our hill where we were last at, and this hill comes right up along here, through here, and right here. So if this should be epibysal andesite, but it could be altered again. There's sure a lot of orange, so I'm not saying it's not altered. It's altered to hematite and then back to rust. I don't know, about the same stuff. A little more gassier as it got to the surface, I guess. So that's an andesite, kind of I'd say it does have a bit of a green to it, but it's mostly it could be green. Yeah, there's green down in those bubbles. So it's still the same altered something or other. Look at that. like to walk up there. Come right down along there. In your dreams. I bet it'll stay good. Okay. Yeah, more altered propylitic. The propylite is caused by hydrothermal waters to this chlorite, and it's probably a high pH, or at least a normal pH. It's not acidic. Wow, there's something up there. Looks like somebody goes up there to see what that hole is. It doesn't look like nothing to me. Long rock up there. Even that has a green to it. So that must be a continuation of this. Intrusive. And then we get to the volcanic right there. That's a true andesite. Dutchman Pass andesite. And this whole area here, all this andesite, is from a stratovolcano. That's not a volcano. That's just a pushed up block of magma, a magma chamber. So all this here was the Dutchman Pass volcano, or the Farmer Canyon volcano from there up to here. All andesite. Strato means it's layered, so you'd get a layer of blast of some cinders and then andesite. And it created a real volcano, I guess, with enough ash that it looked like a volcano, like Mount Fuji or something. And that was centered right around here. There's a lot of dike swarms up that way, and this could have all been shifted a couple miles. And right there's a dike swarm. Oh yeah. Look at the dikes coming across this mountain. They're going that way. Let me look. Start down here. Everything's a dike. Dike, dike, dike. Get the right dike. Dikes. Dikes. Dike, dike, dike. Where are we now? Then I guess it goes back that way. So it must just be a block that's tilted this way. Yeah, let's climb up there next time. Let's go right up there and get up there and look on the backside. See what those dikes are all about. Right there's the volcano, straight up. Stratified volcano. Yeah, I don't think andesite would make a pure andesite. Would just be a dome, I guess. It's pretty thick, like toothpaste. Okay, let's get going. I'll show you more real well, let's just stop by the road here and get a piece of real andesite off of the back side of that one. That's andesite. Boy, somebody did something there. But anyway, here's some broken andesites. Ooh. Boy. Talk about fine grain. That's your aphanitic. Boy, there's nothing but solid, invisible crystals. So this has made it to the surface, and you can't even see the crystals. Oops. Let me try doing it another way. That tends to work a little better. Yeah, real heavy and nothing but pure andesite. It's got a purplish tint to it. Another little something. Now these aren't altered, so probably not a lot of mining in these pure lavas like that. Wouldn't think. Let's go. Coming up the road, we're almost to Dutchman's Pass. If you get up right up here, we'll see into Vegas Valley. There's the backside of Railroad Pass, Pluton. And right here is Basaltic Andesite. So we get a chance to see what a geological survey map says is Basaltic Andesite. With plagioclase, phenocryst. Look at that conglomerate. I wonder what that is. It's right under here. It must be a caliche or something. But I saw some broken open ones. We'll get a chance to take a good look at basaltic andesite. Dark gray. Well, this is interesting, I think. You see these vesicles. If you were looking at it this way, you'd think, well, yeah, there's bubbles in it. But here you get a chance to see that it's flowing in that direction, I guess, or in this direction, I don't know. Looks like it's speeding off in that direction at 1 mile per hour. Basaltic andesite. I thought I saw some. There's some rusted olivine, maybe. Walking on bowling balls. Some are the same. Salt and some reddish olivine, rusted olivine, I guess. Some hornblende. Okay. Dry lake. Dutchman's Pass. They're digging through here. Looks to have turned up some volcanic ash. See this? It's a breccia kind of stuff, but I think it's more of a pyroclastic ash. Pretty heavy for an ash. It's got a lot of rocks in it. That's the orange rocks. Could be an ash. Pyroclastic ash. It's all through here. All of this under here, or on top of it. See all this? That. It's not a mud, it's a... I don't think it's a mud. I think that's a pyroclastic ash, sky ash. On top of this basalt here. Ash, yeah, see the piles over there of ash. And Dutchman Pass. Well, I never did see into Vegas Valley, but we're going downhill in toward it. But here's more of that ash, and you can see the andesites, I guess. Andesites in the as a pyroclast in this ash. Pretty hard ash, pretty lithified, tilted. So yeah, let's get down here and we'll begin to look for Argillic alterations. They'll change the andesites, not this ash. It'll change those andesites into clays. Argillic Alteration. Look at all those dikes up there. Could be the volcano over there too. I think that's that whole hill right there is another hypabyssal intrusive of andesite. Oh, except they call that a hornblende andesite. The other was a pyrazine andesite. Let's go down here and look for some Argillic alterations. I think the purple is andesites, unaltered. And down here could be the Argillics. Looks like they've been digging it out. Are they after the clay? Let's go see why they were digging all this. But yeah, andesites, and then hopefully Argillic alterations. You can see where they dug out all this red here. But right where I parked, I noticed some blue rocks, or green rocks. Azurite. I don't think it's a can of paint somebody dumped out here. It's got white crystals right next to it. Very blue. Could be azurite. Might be what they were after out here. Let's go down here. Just appears to be kind of a purplish andesite. I don't know why they'd be digging that. A lot of shooting going on out here, so there's broken glass. What's this stuff? Mustard? Yeah, I think that's a mustard of some sort. I've never seen it. Interesting. I'll have to look that up and see if it's a mustard. Yeah, this white is just floodwaters have left the mud on it. I don't know why they'd be digging in here. Could just be a fill pit, you know, for building something in Vegas out of this rock. It doesn't appear to be altered with Argillic altered with garbage. There's some sort of hydrothermals going on. Let's go up this wash and look for some Argillic clays. Now this is a clay, or it could be just altered ash, I don't know. Getting there, and then it's close to bedrock. Let's go. Picked up some of this white rock here, but it turns out to be blue. That could be some Argillic Alteration. The whole thing looks like an ash, but then it's got some hydrothermals going through it, turning it blue. Yellow. Here's some clays, some Argillics, Argillicite. See, that's the unaltered, and right here's this clay. The altered clays. Kaolinite, illite, and it's got gypsum in it. See, all those white veins are gypsum from the waters. And it would be a low pH creates this Argillic stuff. But yeah, that's just all veins of gypsum. Gibson. In Mount Morellinite, I don't know, illite, schmechtite, dickite, Argillic alterations of andesite, just turns it into clay. We can check for any pyroclasts, but no, it's just andesite. It's been clayitized. Yeah, it feels like I drew a breath. Feels like an ash, but it's just highly altered. There's no pyroclast like right there. Let's go. Lots of that blue rock. Purple rocks washing down from somewhere. Not an ash. It's real heavy. Just some alterations going on. All this stuff is blue. Here's a porphyry. It must be an andesite. Porphyry of plagioclase, probably, phenocryst. I can see the source of the blue rocks right there. Then we got all this Argillic alteration. This water has become not only warm to hot, it's become acidic. So there's probably pyrites, groundwater rusting pyrites to get the sulfur out of it and create hydrogen sulfides maybe, which makes a sulfuric acid, SO4, H2SO4. Yeah, acidic water is coming up. Either groundwater or from the magma that intruded, brought up the waters of the deep. Argillic alterations. I don't know what would turn it blue. Rocks. Doesn't appear to be worth anything. They'd be all over it. Argillic alterations. Purples, blues, bluish purples. Can't go. They don't appear to be swelling clays like a gaolite or something. They're rock hard. And something's deposited all this purple, red. Or is that the unaltered? I don't know. Well, you'd think there'd be worth some minerals here, but guess not. Okay. Indian tobacco. Pretty splotchy. There's no rocks in it like it would be an ash or at least like that other ash was. Back into the reds. Yeah, a lot of gypsum. Okay, let me find a way up out of here and then curve back around, head back to the car. Yeah, right up there's the gas pipeline. Yeah, so that's back to the road. And where were we? Here's our wash, and there's our old pluton. Let's go over this way and then cut back down to the car. And here's that andesite porphyry. By plagioclase crystals. Calcium rich ones probably. We're getting back into the reds. Back into this mining area, or digging area, gravels. And there's the car. Okay, let's go down the road. Right there's Henderson. The pavement starts about a mile, half mile. Let's go down to there. I'll go on the backside of this hill right here. I've seen some yellow on Google Earth that looks suspiciously like could be some pyrites or something. So let's go. Well, here's the yellow that looks to be some sort of, maybe has pyrites in it. Make it yellow. Here's that yellow. Is that more Argillic Alteration of this Andesite? Yeah, I think all that the yellow is just, I don't think it's an ash, it's just the clay Argillic Alterations. I guess. Yeah, it's got gypsum in it, just like back over there. Let's go. I don't know. Here's some of that white. Is that a barite again? It was pretty heavy. Could be a vein of barite. Quartz and barite and calcite. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, there's a hole. Let's check out the hole. There's the hole we're going to, and I just noticed another one right here. They were into something, maybe this barite. Starting to see a lot of it. They might have at least prospected it. That's it. But yeah, it looks to be a vein of barite, calcite or something. Right there. same stuff. A little clay marker. Yeah, pretty, just back to the Andesites, unaltered. So this is more Argillic Alteration out here. But it could have been where the sulfur coming out of the pyrites came from to make it Argillic. Low pH waters. And there's nothing there. Just this stuff. A little bit of white on the rim. Yeah, I don't know. Dark. No, I've had enough for the day. Let's go have dinner. Not dinner, lunch. Supper, one of the two, dinner or supper. Railroad pass. I'm about to head home. But I was thinking this yellow here could be an alunite. Alunite, alumnite is an altered, acrylic altered something. And the town of Alunite is right over the hill right here. So that yellow could be a type of alunite. And I noticed way up there, if I wasn't out of gas for the day, there's another mine. Could be an alunite mine. Well, they associate gold with alunite. So this yellow could be alunite. And like Goldfield, Nevada was another famous alunite deposit that had a lot of gold. Around this same period, 1900. Down in the Vegas Valley we go. Almost to Henderson. Look at this pit. All these coyote mountains. They were mining something here. I don't know when this was dug out. Could be part of the 1905 alunite craze. But it's all Argillic alteration of the andesite up above. Look at this white. That's alunite. I don't know. Isn't that something? Coyote melons. Let's get out of here.